Hi there, we're back. Yesterday we lost power with about 30 minutes left on the stream, so we're going to pick back up there. Also, if you're watching this from YouTube, we lost some footage when the power went out. We lost highlighting the red and doing the swords. Before I give a brief summary about how I did that, let me just say that this is a continuation of a stream for Extra Life. By buying raffle tickets by donating to our stream, you are buying raffle tickets where you could possibly win these Grey Knights, and if we raise enough money, possibly an additional Space Marine Chibi Kill Team or an Imperial Knight. Extra Life is a charity that raises money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Our hospital that our money will be going towards is Texas Children's in Houston. It's a very worthy cause, so please, if you can, donate. And if you can't donate, at least give us a like. Thank you. So how I did the red was I basically just, everything was already red, and then I had a wash on it. And then from there, I went to an even brighter red. I was using Pro Acryl colors, so I went from burnt red, I think, to bold pyrrole red. And then I did a little bit of orange highlights on a few things. It's kind of down and dirty, quick highlighting. And then with all the swords, I started by wet blending them, and that was just too much work for the amount of time it took. And so I went and I just painted in blue, and then I feathered some white blue out in the pattern you can see here on this sword. And then I just edge highlighted with the same white blue. And it kind of gives a faux power sword look. And the reason why I went blue is because we've got so much red that I really wanted them to stand out from the bases and the red on the armor. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do basically what I would have done in the last 30 minutes of the stream. So I'm going to finish up the eyes in any lenses that we have. I'm going to do some touch-ups on a few areas where the silver got messed up. I may go back and fix a few other small things as I'm going, and then lastly, we will rim the bases. So, before the stream cut off yesterday, I had already started on the eyes, and what I had done is I had gone through each guy, and I had put a little bit of white blue in the eye, and now I'm going to take a clear blue ink, and I'm going to put just a tiny bit of a watered down version of that into each eye, and hopefully we will have some blue eye lenses. Hi guys, the 14 hours is now officially up. We hit a little bit of buffer here, that's why it doesn't perfectly line up. But I am not 100% happy, so I mean, I'm never going to be 100% happy, but I feel like there's a few things that I just can't let go before I do the base rims, and I'm going to have to take care of those really fast. One of them might actually need a slight bit of green stuff work, and I might have to fix it off camera, but I will tell you what I am going to do. Let me finish cleaning up this big guy here, and then I will clean up the one thing on the librarian that's bothering me, and show you the other thing. And then we will get on to rimming some bases. So there are two things here that I want to address. The first is that I want to go back over the trim on his cloak, which I had not done yet. But the second is, if you look right here, there is one more scroll that has somehow made it through all of the steps and all of the double checking and everything and did not get painted. So we're going to paint that guy real fast, and then we're going to take care of the details on his cloak that I wanted to do. And then we will, well, let me go ahead and show you the other guy real fast. So this guy, I showed him off early in the previous stream, but his hand is messed up right here. And I think I'm just going to have to do a tiny little bit of green stuff work off camera, let that dry, and then just a little bit of silver over the top of it. So I don't think that's going to get fixed today, but I will get it fixed before the winter gets it. So that's the problem with some of the old models, is that because they have flat joints, which is great for kit bashing and trying to get interesting poses and things like that, it's not always the best for trying to make things look perfectly clean and assembled. So I'm just gonna fix these two little things. The paint's not sticking there very well, is it? So we'll come back to that after that's dried and let the paint stick a little bit better, and we will move on to the cloak. Alright, so I've gotten the trim on the cloak painted the way I wanted it, and I've gotten that scroll that hid from me this entire time painted. The scroll is going to need a tiny little bit of wash on it, but I don't want to rip the paint, so I'm going to go ahead and rim the bases first. Now, I'm going to tell you a personal preference with rimming bases. I always prefer to do it in black, and I have discovered that rimming them in primer instead of just regular black paint lends to an extra little bit of durability. It also means that if you at any point scraped your bases clean or something like that while you were doing this to get rid of a mold line or something like that, you can paint directly onto the... Did y'all see that? It flicked a little bit of black paint all over my model. It's all over my model. Let's get that off of there. Where else did it get? Where else did it get? Looks like there's some right there. Well, I still have this sitting out. I don't see it anywhere else, but it definitely flicks some black paint on my thing when I close the lid. That's crazy. Okay. Well, we will chalk that up to a learning lesson there. I also want to, as the only guy that is not wearing a helmet, I do want to put a pupil in his eye. We will do that at the same time here. So let's go ahead and rim his base. Alright, so I'm about 19 minutes over, and I'm going to stop here for the night, and I'll probably finish them up off camera. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, but it won't be interesting to see me do it. I'm going to put another coat of paint on these bases, on the rims, because they really didn't want to stick to the areas that had the enamel clear red on them for the blood effect. It's not terribly surprising. It's part of the reason why I really wanted to use primer again. But I am going to do 2 coats on it to make sure that it sticks really good. The other thing I'm going to do is I am going to put an eye on the librarian's eye. I don't want to do it now because I don't want to handle them while their bases are all wet. I thought I was going to be able to do this with 1 coat, but it seems like I'm going to need to let it dry and do another one. So I'm going to put a pupil in his eye. I'm going to fix the one guy's arm that has got a gap in his wrist. That's this guy right here. And I might futz with this banner some more. I told myself I was just going to leave it alone and it was going to be... But I ended up wasting some time this afternoon in this stream here messing with it. For me. So I can tell you what I've done today is I changed the color of the Space Marine on here to make him darker. And I just realized I am stupidly holding this guy by his base. This is exactly what I did not want to do. I changed the color of him to make him darker because I felt like there wasn't enough contrast. So I'm gonna maybe panel line it again. I did that the first time. Maybe I'll panel line it again. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. It doesn't look terrible, but it definitely doesn't look good. So I might mess around with that some more. So to recap, do the rims on the bases one more time. Fix this fella who's got a wrist gap. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And just a tiny little bit of green stuff and some paint on top of it, and you won't even know that there's a mistake there. And then this guy needs a pupil. Yes, and a wash on his little scroll down at the bottom. Down here at the bottom. So I'm going to do all that off camera, and then I will call them finished. So thank you for joining us. I'm not exactly sure when we're going to draw names. It will probably be sometime in the next couple weeks. Please, if you see this between now and then, donate. If you see it at any time and you're moved to donate to Extra Life, feel free to donate. You don't have to donate through us. It's a worthy cause. So, did you have something you wanted to say? You walked over here. So this is just me wrapping up. Thank you, guys.
All right. It's the other half here of the better half. Anyway, I just wanted to add that we will be coming out on our social medias and everything, and maybe we'll do another video, like a show-off video of all of them once we're done. I would have liked to have done it maybe at the end of this stream, but unfortunately they're just too wet to handle right now. That wouldn't be wise. We may mess them up. So we'll be uploading pictures to our Instagram, and we'll be sharing them around, and probably do another wrap-up video just to show them off. And like I said, we'll do the drawing in the next couple of weeks, and we'll contact the winner by email. So yeah, thank you for everyone that has donated to Extra Life so far. We've raised a total of $600 so far this year for Extra Life, which I think is great. Please continue to donate if you are so inclined, and thank you for all the support so far.
Thanks, guys.